Welcome to this lesson on how to find equivalent fractions by multiplying. In the first example, 1/3 is equal to something over 6 and also equal to something over 9. So to find the missing number which would make this statement true, using the blocks, so these are the thirds, the sixths, and the ninths, you can see that 1/3 is the same as 2/6 and the same as 3/9. So filling those numbers in like that. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6 and also equivalent to 3/9 and also equal to the other two fractions. So really the question is, how do you find this number without using the block? How do you find the top numbers, the blue numbers, without using these blocks? And the way you do it is this. What do you times 3 by to get 6? And the answer is 2. And you do the same with that top number. 1 times 2 is 2. And you already know that 2/6 is equivalent to 1/3. So this is the correct method of doing it. Adding numbers to both numbers does not give you equivalent fractions. If I went 3 plus 3 equals 6, which is true, 1 plus 3 doesn't equal 2. And how would you know that you had to add 1 here? Because you've added 3 here. There's really no way of doing it that way. So you never do it by adding, you do it by multiplying. And so for this one here, what would you do to a 3 to get a 9? You would times that 3 by 3, and you would also times that 1 by 3 to get 3. And you know that 3/9 is also equivalent to 1/3 there, 3/9 there. And so that's the key. Multiply both numbers in the fraction by the same number, whatever that number is. So in example 2, this time you're trying to find the bottom number. So all you have to look at is the top two numbers here that you know. And what do you multiply 1 by to get 8? And the answer would be you times it by 8, and then you do that to the bottom number as well. So 2 times 8 is 16. So 8/16 is equivalent to 1/2. And moving on to example 3, same thing. You know the top two numbers. You're trying to find the bottom number here. 4 times what equals 20? That is 5. And so you do the same thing to the bottom number. 5 5s are 25. So 4/5 equals 20 25ths. 1/3 equals something on 36. This time you're finding the top number. So looking at the bottom two numbers, 3 times what equals 36. And if you don't know, an easy way of working this out is just make a division sum with those two numbers and go 36 divided by 3. And what's the answer to that? And if you need to do that or work that out by doing it this way, short division, how many 3's in 3? There's 1. How many 3's in 6? There's 2. So the answer there is 12. And then from this sum, from any division sum, you can make two multiplication sums using those same three numbers, or the same three numbers in the division sum. So using those three numbers, what multiplication sum can you get? Well, there's really only two. 12 times 3 equals 36, and 3 times 12 equals 36. And this is really what I want, this one here, 3 times 12. So I have to times that 3 by 12. That will give me 36. And then I've got to make sure I do the same with that one. 1 times 12 is 12. So 12 on 36 is equivalent and equal to 1/3. So that's how you find the missing numbers in the exercises that go with this lesson. And remember, multiply both numbers by the same number. And if you need to do a division to find what the number you have to multiply by is, then that's a good way of doing that. And the main thing you're going to be using this skill for is doing things with other fractions. So you might be adding fractions and you have to change the denominators and things like that. And you have to do that by timesing both numbers in the fraction by the same number. So this, as well as giving you a better understanding of fractions, it's a skill that you're going to use in other parts of fractions. So that's about it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.